something of national interest, and this matter has been talked about over the months. It came to a very interesting development last Friday when the Supreme Court issued another determination. This is regarding the VFS deal to outsource the processing of online visas, arrival visas to Sri Lanka, and it was marred in controversy. We know that you and a couple of other parliamentarians filed fundamental rights petitions against it, and the Supreme Court did honor your pleas and issued an interim order. So can you just give me and the viewers a brief on what events unfolded on Friday and the plan that you guys have plotted to take next in relation to this matter?
So this was a deal shrouded in secrecy. You see, nobody really knew how this transition had happened until some traveler who was coming back into the country raised an alarm as to why some foreigners were issuing visas, etc. There was a clarification issued, but then that brought the issue to the fore, and then the Committee on Public Finance in Parliament inquired into it, and the three of us who went to the Supreme Court, Rauf Hakim, Champika Ranawaka and myself, are members of the Public Finance Committee, and there we saw what had happened, but we had to wait until the report of the Public Finance Committee was tabled in Parliament, because what happens in committee cannot be published until it is tabled in Parliament.
Yes.
So we had access to these documents, but we waited until it was tabled on the 12th of July, I think.
Right.
And then we decided that the size of this fraud is so huge, incomparable, right, to anything else that has happened before.
Right.
So we decided that we must stop this, have this stopped immediately. And so we worked on petitions, and we went to court. There were various other parties also,
Yes.
that later filed petitions and were heard that day. I think we established before court that the whole process was flawed. In fact, there was no process at all. It was unsolicited proposal. No procurement guidelines followed, and so on, and there was a subsisting contract with Mobitel that could not have been terminated for convenience. Nevertheless, it was terminated without any notice whatever, and whatever it is, Mobitel is controlled by the state.
Yes.
It's owned half by the state. So whatever charges they do is within, it actually comes back to the state.
Yes.
Back to the state. And what they were charging $1 for this operation, here is $25 odd going to somebody else's pocket. And the process by which it happens also totally flawed. The monies are paid. It goes to some company in Dubai, and once in 7 days it's
routed through that bank account in Dubai,
and they send what they think is due to the government of Sri Lanka. So all that is in violation of all the
established processes,
constitutional provisions with consolidated fund, etc. of the country. So Supreme Court gave an interim order to suspend that operation forthwith and to continue with the status quo ante that prevailed prior to this taking place. The argument in the main matter has been fixed for 7th of October.
I see.
This is only leave to proceed, and an interim order has been granted.